Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through each of the ABRSM theory grades. Once you've completed your music theory and practice workbook, past papers are an excellent revision resource, and I've worked with you from 2014 right the way through to 2018, and now I'm really pleased to be able to bring 2019 to you as well. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets which you can download in US letter or A4, and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and hints on how to best be prepared for your exam, and also how to make the best use of your time on exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel and share out the videos. And now we're going to look at the final questions of the Grade 4 2019 Paper A. And so if you turn with me to page 9, and we're going to look at all parts of question 7. This is always my favourite question. I don't know why, I just think it's a really nice sort of downhill ride for the end of the exam paper. If you just get your planning set out, all the thinking is done for you. So we're asked to name each of these chords numbered here, and we're going to name them as either chords 1, 4 or 5, tonic, subdominant or dominant. Just the Roman numerals will suffice. So we use a Roman numeral to show a chord built upon a note rather than a single number. A Roman numeral signifies a chord or a triad. So then we're looking for chords 1, 4 or 5, and they've helpfully already told us that the key is B flat major, so chord 1 will be built on B flat. I'm not going to bother putting the flat signs in though, because your key signature will do that for you. So if we're counting up from B, up 4, B, C, so B, C, D, E. Of course it's E flat, but your key signature deals with that. And then chord 5, B, C, D, E, F. And now we build up our triads, so counting the first, the third and the fifth. If you find that tricky doing it in your head, just imagine a piano keyboard. 1, 2, 3 is D, 4, 5 is F. So counting from E, 1, 2, 3 is G, and 5 is B. And then from F, A, C. And you can double check that you've got that right, because of course here's your first, third, fifth, and the fifth forms the basis of chord 5, so that should be the same note there. So that's all the thinking done. Now we've just got to look. So here we have bass and treble. So we have a B flat, an F and a D, all of which are answered in chord 1. So all you need to do is a Roman numeral 1. You could, if you wanted, write the word tonic, but either of those will do. I just use the numerals. So here we have an E, B, G and E. Of course there's E flats and B flats, but your key signature deals with that. And so we can see that's a chord 4. All of those notes are allocated there. And then finally we have an F, a C, an F and an A, chord 5. Job done. And so moving on to the next question, and so it's just the same principle, but now we've got to write the chords. But if you do your mapping everything out, all the thinking is easily sorted. So we have a few things to deal with now. We've got some key signatures to deal with, and we've got some different clefs to deal with, as well as working out the triads. However, just take things one step at a time and it's not really a problem. So we're asked to write the tonic chord of F sharp minor. So in chord 1, of course that will begin on an F sharp. Your key signature will deal with that. We'll deal with that in a second. So first, third, fifth, F, A, C, starting on the tonic of F. So F sharp minor. Now this is where it's helpful if you've done your circle of fifths before you've even started, all of your thinking is done. We know that F sharp minor is related to A major and has a key signature of F, C, G sharps. If it is that you're not too sure about how to work out your circle of fifths, do have a look at my extra video in the playlist Music Theory for Everyone. The video is called The Circle of Fifths and I show you exactly how to work out all of your key signatures, and it's much easier to do that in one go rather than keep on having to sort of drag that information to mind. So the links to that will be in the cards and the description if you want a little bit of revision on your key signatures and how to quickly get them down in a list. So we've got to now put this key signature in as alto clef. So here is the C, D, E, F, C, G, and then we know the notes are going to be F, A, C, so we know this is a middle C, so C, A, count it backwards and that's F, A, C, there we go. Just because we know that's a C, it's easier to just count it down from there if you're not familiar with that clef. So then, now then, C sharp minor. So let's do the key signature this first. C sharp minor is related to E major, which is a key signature of F, C, G, D sharps. So F, C, G, D sharps. So let's pop those in straight away. So treble clef, F, C, G, D sharps. And now we need to write the dominant, which is chord 5. So chord 1 begins on C sharp. I'll leave the key signature to do the work. So counting up 5 to the dominant, so C, D, E, F, G. If you find that tricky, just use the piano keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't forget to count C as 1. So that takes us to G. Of course, the key signature tells us it's G sharp. So first, third, fifth, building up a triad. G, B, D, G, B, D. Now there is one more piece of information because we're in a minor key. Remember, the minor has the raised 7th. So if you're in C sharp minor, if C sharp is the 8th, one back is going to be B. The B is raised and that always comes in the middle point of your chord 5. So the B needs to be raised to a sharp. And in a minor key, it's always in the middle of the dominant chord. So you just know straight away to raise that note in the middle of the triad. So now that we've done that little bit of thinking, we need to write our notes in. So we're starting on a G, B, D. The key signature does all the work for us apart from the raised 7th needs adding as an accidental. There we go. And so this last one, A flat major, we're in the bass clef, and A flat major, if you refer to your circle of fifths, all the thinking's done, has got a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. So B flats, E flats, A flats and D flats. Let's pop those in the bass clef. And now if we're in A flat major, chord 1 is built on A flat. Let your key signature do all the work there. And the subdominant is number 4, A, B, C, D. So chord 4 is D. Of course it's D flat, but your key signature does the work. Build up the triad, D, F, A. And so now we just need to put those notes in the bass clef. So Good Boys Deserve, that's a D, F, A. And that's the end of that question. And that's the end of that paper. I do hope that's helpful to you. I hope you're getting to grips with your knowledge of music theory. These past papers are a great revision aid. I hope that you're enjoying getting on with this work. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please also do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the revision and resource that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.